Like, I'm already 30 years old, turning 31 this year. And as far as my fellow millennials are concerned, most of them, well, I could say some of my friends have been married and have kids, but in my case, I didn't have kids, or I chose not to, for so many reasons. First, I don't want to become a mother who's mentally unprepared, and I don't want to transfer the, the baggage that I have in me to my children. Second, I don't have the financial capability, or I don't have the means to support them, to sustain them. And third, look at the world. I mean, everyone's suffering. I always thought that it's better for my child to stay in heaven with God and don't come to earth, don't come to mama. Because it's mama can take care of you, or mama is imperfect unlike God, or I don't know, so many things that comes into my mind. And if you're someone who could resonate with what I'm saying, leave down the leave your thoughts, leave your comments, and let's talk about this. Because what I notice about the young people, especially with my sister, who's just 25 years old, but she's already so concerned about her future, like her funeral, her retirement, and if I could just recall myself 5 years ago, was I thinking about retirement? Kinda, but not really to the extent that I would plan it like I have to apply for this and that, St. Peter's and apply for such things. I didn't have that. But to her, it's like a serious thing. And if you're a Gen Z and if you could relate to that story or at least a glimpse of it, let me know. I mean, what's struggling you? What's struggling everyone? And for someone like me who's not been into 9 to 5, although I tried to have the 9 to 5, but in the last 10 years, I've not been in the race. I'm looking at the world in, I think, in a very different perspective. Because I see the world as like, oh, they're chasing for something. They're like my batchmates in college, they have this like LPT, the race for masters, the race for page page PhD, and yeah, I had those things back then, but I really don't have it now. I mean, why? These are my classmates. I mean, they were like back then. 10 years ago, we were like sitting beside each other and all, and then we share stories and all of that, and sharing like the things in college, and those same things that I missed were like forgotten, in a sense that they chose to forget all those things for the sake of the race that they're about to enter. And if you're one of my batchmates and you saw me like, oh, Mecyll will be a successful person in the future, to tell you honestly, I was this one person in a graduation day who really didn't feel the need or the urge to throw my cap, because I know tomorrow my parents will not give me allowance. The next day I know it will happen, and it did happen. But for my classmates, batchmates at the time, they they were looking forward for something. And I kind of feel jealous. I mean, I feel envious in a sense na, wow, they already have planned so much for their life. And then here I am, walang plano. I mean, it's not that I don't have that plan to be successful. Of course, everyone wants to be successful in their life. But I don't have that. I apply for the school or I print. I did. I printed 50 resumes, all of them rejected. So I thought na, oh, so kung ganito na lang pala yung ending ko, I have to find my way. I have to figure it out. So that was 10 years ago. And yung panahon na wala pang PayPal, yung hindi pa alam ng lahat kung anong PayPal, even the banks as big as BDO didn't know what PayPal was. So, yun, in the last 10 years, I've been watching my family, my sister, my cousins, my batchmates, observing how the race has been for them. And I talked to some people, and one of them said na, you can apply for masters or you can go PhD for the sake of increasing your salary. I thought, well, you go postgraduate studies kasi you want to have a post learning experience from yung bachelor's degree mo. But nowadays, no, nawawala yung meaning ng masters at PhD degrees kasi because of this nagiging qualification na lang siya for increasing salary, which is not good. I mean, for me, kasi you wanted to become master because you want to be a master of that subject, and like, are they even asking themselves why do they do it? Like all the stress of doing masters, doing all the, like, why do you have to go through all that stress all for the sake of a diploma, all for the sake of a master's degree? Siguro I can't understand the feeling na, oh, hindi mo naman kasi maintindihan kasi hindi ka nagtatrabaho or never, you didn't continue your teaching job. Okay, fine. But I see master's degree as something that I like to master. PhD is like, I'm a doctor of that study. I know every inch of it. And in my field of study, then siguro masters of creative writing or ano. But let's say I'm not confident. So let's say wala kang confidence eh. Hindi, it's not about confidence. It's like I don't see it as something to increase my salary. I see it as like an honor. Like you've acquired such knowledge. Pero hindi. Which is kind of sad. That's for me. So if you could relate to what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about the hard stuff. Let's talk about the tough questions. And let's try to answer them. Kasi nowadays, it's hard to be real. It's hard to be authentic. And for once and for all in your life, be true. Be true to yourself. That's it.